Cheers, everyone. Season 3 of the picks. We're all super duper excited to be here, trying out some new studio formats. As always, I'm joined by Frank, Cut, Neural. How we doing, fellas?
What up?
Good.
This Thursday opens up the week with Thursday night football, and we won't go without a Sunday without football until after February. So it's that time of the year. If you a little recap, our season 1 winner Earl had to hold the title up last year, and right at the last couple of weeks, Cut snuck through to that first place position and ended up taking that belt to be our second weekly winner. Our last place, Frank, for the last 2 years running.
I got a Dundee for it. Nice try.
Nice try, Dundee, dude. So we were thinking that from here at this point on, whoever finishes in last place will have to do a fantasy football-esque challenge, like standing in traffic with a tutu or staying in a Waffle House until something like that. To where we'll come out, you'll have to have someone record it, and we'll have to do something funny like that. But if you guys are down, we can discuss it later. But that's some of the things that we were thinking about stipulations for the season.
I'm down.
So, sick. Earl, how do you feel the Lions are going to do this year?
I got them at 6 wins.
6 wins?
I'm really excited to see if what you're seeing on Hard Knocks translates to on the field, because I really like what Dan Campbell says. I smell what he's stepping in, but that doesn't always mean that it's going to play out on the field the way you want.
Right.
I still think we're a couple players on both sides of the ball from actually being good and contending for at least the division. But I'll take 6 wins. Anything's better than the last few seasons. I think we have like 9 wins in the last 3 years.
Disgusting. Cut. How do you feel? How do you feel Mac Jones is going to do this year?
I think Mac's going to do great. I love him. Sophomore season coming in strong. Got a new weapon, a wideout, Devontae Parker, whatever the fuck his name is. I think he's going to be great. I see us taking second in the division, and I hope we etch out at least 10 wins again. I think that'd be nice. Keep that streak going.
Good. Frank, probably the Commanders and the Bucks are the most, but we'll include the Eagles. How do you feel your teams are going to fare this year?
So as a new Commanders fan, I think they're going to be a sleeper wild card, but I think at best probably 9 wins if I'm being honest. They've got the easiest schedule in the NFL, so if they don't perform, I mean it's to be expected. They're just wondering when they're going to get Chase Young back. I make a lot of excuses for Carson Wentz, but this is now the best talent he's had around him offensively, and if he can't get it done, I don't know what to say. Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Logan Thomas is coming back. Curtis Samuel's healthy. Antonio Gibson, if he can keep the fumbles down. And then you got Brian Robinson. Hopefully he comes back after he was shot in D.C. a couple of weeks ago. But he looks good coming out of Alabama. Hopefully Chase Young comes back soon, but they got a scary front with Jonathan Allen and Montez Sweat. So 9 wins best. Eagles, obviously, everybody's predicting them to win the East. And then the Bucks, it's, as long as Brady's off the field stuff, I guess they're making a big deal about that right now with him and Giselle apparently having some big fight. Yeah, and his plastic surgery. But if Tom Brady, the Bucks are always a threat. Any team with Brady's a threat. So.
Biggest thing for the Packers is who's going to catch the ball, and are they going to catch the ball? And if they can't catch the ball, then the box gets loaded and Aaron gets exposed, and we barely make a wild card. So my best prediction, win that garbage division. My honest prediction, I think we dig off a little bit, win the division, but we're still in a shitty ass fourth place overall for the NFC.
So guaranteed playoff.
Guaranteed playoff. All right, so let's get down to it. Let's start the picks with our. We're gonna do it to it. Oh, wrong one. That's my email. OnlyFans. Just like that teacher who got fired. All right. Cut. Since you're the winner, you can go first.
All right, I'll go first. Yeah. So first game of the season, Buffalo Rams is going to be a great game. Game of the week for sure. It's why they had it be the opener. The Rams are underdogs here, but I actually have them covering and winning. So we're going to go Rams for the first game of the season. New Orleans, Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be rebuilding this year. New Orleans has Jameis Winston. He can sling the rock. He gets a lot of yards. He wins some games. It's always a good game for them, but I'm gonna go with New Orleans there. I think San Francisco stomps Chicago. I think San Fran's going to be one of those teams to compete with at the end of the year, as long as Jimmy G doesn't start for him. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. This is going to be a good one. I think Joe Burrow is just going to shove it down their throat, though. I think Burrow's got that one in the bag. I'm going Cincy by a mile. Philly, Detroit. Battle of the trash bags. I'm gonna give Detroit the Hard Knocks benefit of the doubt and give them the dub there. New England is actually 3.5 point underdogs for the Miami game, but I'm going to go with New England. I'm riding with Mac. I think Billy gets it done in Miami. Baltimore over New York. That's going to be a landslide. Trevor Lawrence gets a win here. He goes 1-0. Going Jacksonville over Washington. Cleveland, Carolina. This is an interesting game. Healthy Christian McCaffrey. I'm going Carolina. I think old boy has a guy to hand it off to now that's in a different class. Indy over Houston. John Taylor's going to come out, probably rush for 180 yards, 3 touchdowns. Giants, Tennessee. Let's go Tennessee there. Derrick Henry comes out strong. Tannehill's still there slinging the rock. They lost the wideout, but they'll be all right. Green Bay over Minnesota. I think that's going to be a close game, but I think Green Bay is going to inch it out maybe by 3-4 points. Kansas City, Arizona. This one's interesting. I want to take Arizona here, but I got to go with Kansas City. They lost Tyreek, but I mean, they got Juju, and Juju's just fine. He's not a perfect replacement, but I think he'll be all right. Kansas City by 7. Vegas against Los Angeles. It's tough. I think Herbert gets it done here. We're going to go Bolts. And then Tampa, Dallas. I think Tom Brady comes out slinging that rock. Realistically, he'll probably hand it off a bunch of times first drive, but he ends up with 3 tutties. Tampa Bay over Dallas. Denver, Seattle. I'm going Denver here by a mile. I think old boy Russ Wilson comes out and just destroys. I think he just hangs him out to dry. I think that's it for him. So yeah, there's my picks for that one. Who we got going next? Earl. All right, Earl. Let's see what you got.
All right, here we go. I think the Rams Bills is probably the toughest game to pick this week. I really want to pick the Bills because I like that team and I like where they're headed. But first game of the season, I feel like the Rams got a little bit better team right now. Rams up top. Saints over Falcons. I don't think that's going to be particularly close. I did like what the Falcons did in some of the preseason, but the Saints are a much better team at this point. 49ers over Bears. Look out. Niners are going to be tough. If Trey Lance is half as good as everybody says he is, they're going to have a great season. Bengals over Steelers. I don't see this one being close. I just don't think Pittsburgh has that many athletes. I do like Najee Harris, but the Bengals, I think they're out for blood. I'm going with the Eagles over the Lions. The Eagles are just a better team than the Lions. I'm not. It's too early in the season to even start drinking the Kool-Aid. I got the Finns over the Pats. I like the Dolphins in this matchup. I don't think New England is going to be able to score the football very well, and I think it's going to hurt them all season. Ravens over Jets. Geez, who knows how much they're going to beat them by. I actually like Carson Wentz and the Commanders over the Jags. It's a little bit of a revenge game for Carson Wentz. That team is loaded. That defense is nasty. And Trevor Lawrence has yet to prove that he can play at this level. I like the Panthers over the Browns. I think Baker Mayfield's got something to prove. You know, you got Christian McCaffrey coming back, DJ Moore, a lot of talent on that team. And I think the Browns with Jacoby are not going to do very well. I like the Colts over the Texans. I think the Texans are going to be an absolute dumpster fire. And I think the Colts are going to be really, really good. Titans over Giants. Titans were a game away from the Super Bowl. Some questionable, well, maybe not a game away, but they were deep. Questionable throws by Tannehill. I really like Malik Willis. Hopefully we get to see him more this season. Packers over Vikings, close. I think Aaron Rodgers finds a way to win it late. Chiefs over Cards. The Chiefs are just a proven team, proven winners. I think the Cards are going to be halfway through this season wondering why they paid Kyler Murray all that money. I like the Raiders over the Chargers. I like the Raiders a lot this year. I think they're a good team. Bucks over Cowboys. And Broncos over Seahawks, 27-13.
Is it my turn?
Yep, all you, Frank.
Okay, sorry. So I agree with Earl. This Bills Rams game is gonna be a little bit difficult to pick, but I'm gonna go Bills here. Bills are looking like a favorite to come out of the AFC this year. New Orleans, Atlanta. Was it Mariota's QB1? I wouldn't mind seeing Desmond Ridder from Cincinnati get some starts with the Falcons, but I'm going Saints on this. 49ers, Chicago. I just drew Trey Burke, right? He's the second best. Trey Lance. Wow, I'm completely. I get my names mixed up because I was thinking about Traylon Burks for Tennessee. Yeah. Anyway, Trey Lance, second best quarterback out of North Dakota State, behind Carson Wentz. But I think the 49ers get it done over the Bears. I want to see how Mitch Trubisky does in Pittsburgh, but I think Cincinnati's gonna win. Eagles, Detroit. You know, everybody's talking about that Eagles offense with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, but I don't like Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, so I'm going Detroit. New England, Miami. Tyreek is scary, but it's Bill Belichick, and so I got to go Patriots here. Baltimore, New York, Ravens are going to win that. I'm actually scared for the Jags Commanders game, if I'm going to be completely honest with everybody. Doug Peterson knows Wentz, and so he's going to have that defense ready. But I think Wentz edges it out by 3. So I got the Commanders beating the Jags. Excuse me. Cleveland, Carolina. I'm going Baker. Baker's got something to prove. And you've got Jacoby starting in Cleveland, right? So I don't like Matt Ryan under center for the Colts, but their defense is scary, so I'm going Colts Houston. And you got JT. So Tennessee, everybody's talking about Traylon Burks. That's where I was going Trey Burke earlier, but Traylon Burks is supposed to be the replacement for AJ Brown. And you got Derrick Henry back healthy. I'm going Tennessee over New York. I don't like betting against Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay over Minnesota. Andy Reid always has the Chiefs ready. Patrick Mahomes is unreal. So I'm going Kansas City over Arizona. Vegas Chargers. That was a good game last year to end the season. The winner had gotten in. Vegas edged them out, but I'm going to go Herbert and the Chargers here. Bucks, Cowboys. fuck the Cowboys. Fire the cannons. All Tampa Bay here. Tampa Bay. Finally, Denver, Seattle. You got Russell going back to Seattle. It's going to be cool. They got Jerry Jeudy and Javonte Williams. If anybody got him in fantasy, he's a steal. I'm going Denver over Seattle. Final score 30-20.
All right, solid picks. Let's finish her off me. Buffalo Rams, you got the Rams coming off that Super Bowl. They got something to prove. Win that first game of the season. They're still the defending champs. So they're going to come out of that game blazing. The Bills are going to come up just short of a touchdown. Saints over Falcons, just because both teams are kind of garbage, but the Saints are a little less garbage. Browns, Panthers, I personally hope that the Browns lose every single game this season and the rest of their seasons for a long time. So go Panthers. 49ers over the Bears. The Bears are trash time. So I think if the Lions can get it together, I think the Bears will finish in last place in the division for the NFC North. Steelers, Bengals. You got to go Joe Burrow. He's the future. If I could type and talk at the same time, that'd be great. There's a lot of Kool-Aid drinking, but I'm not a huge fan of the Eagles quarterback, like Frank said. I'm gonna go Detroit week 1. I'm gonna ride the Kool-Aid early and see if it hurts me right off the rip. Texans, Colts. I think the Texans finished with the worst record in the NFL this season. Patriots, Dolphins. I'm gonna go Dolphins. Just because I think that they're going to be home. They're going to have the New England Patriots sitting in that sun all day. Mac Jones just won't have the talent that the Dolphins will to move the ball upfield. Ravens, Jets. I'm definitely going Ravens. Commanders over Jags for sure. They got a lot to prove. First big game of the season, and Trevor Lawrence still hasn't proved himself, just like Earl said. Titans, Jags. I'm just going to go Titans over the Giants. Chiefs and Cardinals. I'm going to go Chiefs. I know Kyler Murray hasn't started playing Call of Duty yet, but I think the Chiefs are still a better team. Chargers, Raiders. I'm going to go Chargers. I think that Devontae Adams saying that Derek Carr was the Hall of Fame talent, just like Aaron Rodgers, he can eat my ass. So you can take that week 1 loss with your new team, boy. But I still love you. I still have a signed jersey. And then we got Packers, Minnesota. You got to go Packers week 1 against Minnesota. But Kirk Cousins, man, this is his prove it year. So he's going to be slinging the ball 20 yards over like he always has. Cowboys, Bucks. You got to go Bucks for sure. Like Tampa Bay. And Broncos, Seahawks. We'll go Broncos. And, you know, if I could see. And then let's just go an average score. He gets it done late, scores a late touchdown. Seattle can barely score, 31-17. Oh, righty then. Here's the board. We'll get, and the cool thing is we can screen grab that now since it's a new format, but we're going to eventually have photos up. Hilarious stock photos of the teams, really jazz it up, but this is kind of a newer format that we're trying out just to get some better visuals on the wall than my sloppy ass handwriting.
Who's
How do you guys like it?
Like it. Who's the favorite coming out of the NFC and the favorite coming out of the AFC?
That is a tough one. I think AFC is the Chargers.
Bills or Chiefs?
Chargers, Bills, or Bengals out of the AFC.
I think most of the sports books have Buffalo and Los Angeles as the guys. I think they're probably starting them off first game of the season.
And in the NFC, I mean, really, you got to go through Tampa Bay and you got to go through the Rams. So easily, those are 1 and 2 again. Probably going to see each other in the finals, unless something drastic happens.
Yeah, probably the Rams. Maybe the Packers. I don't know. We'll see how the season goes.
I mean, even if we make it to the NFC Championship, do we? Do we want to make it? Do I need to see another Aaron Rodgers NFC Championship box? I do not.
I mean, you watched several with Brett Favre.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers just has a different taste to it. You'll be like, Yeah, I can't beat that.
Am I the
You'll
only
regret
one
it.
who didn't pick the Lions? Did everybody else drink the Kool-Aid?
Everybody else
No.
drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah, we're all deep in the Kool-Aid.
Put it back in the fridge.
These are 1 week. I'm gonna give behind Rock and win.
Look, I have the Kool-Aid out. If they don't win, the Kool-Aid gets poured out and it goes away for the whole year. But if this gets the
Put
win,
the
I'm
jug
gonna be like,
back in the fridge, bro.
yeah.
We gotta drink the ayahuasca like Aaron Rodgers.
I want
Hey,
to.
if we
He's a changed man.
if we ever get sponsored, we'll do a company trip down to take ayahuasca as the picks, and we'll just come back
That'd
and
be
be like,
awesome.
I saw the Cardinals over. Their Cardinals are winning this week. It was the ayahuasca talking to me.
Frank will never lose again.
Say what?
My
Yeah,
favorite-
never lose again.
My favorite stat of week 1, season 3 is the second best quarterback to come out. It was hilarious. I was like, to be
We're gonna bring it up.
we'll see. Yeah, that was fun,
Hey,
guys.
just
Week
for the
one, yeah.
Just
up?
for the record, Taylor knows this. I got blocked by Pat McAfee on Twitter for criticizing his Carson Wentz tweets. Just want to throw that out there. I've also been blocked by Philly sports journalists as well. Pretty prominent Philly sports journalists. So proud of myself.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Trolling.
There's a little group of us Wentz defenders on Twitter. You could find us. So
I don't have to look.
I'm sure
follow you.
they're few and far between.
But
there's
I
a small little group.
I see the pics that Frank retweets. You know, I see the tailored feed coming from Frank's profile. Is the Carson Wentz highlight reel? Did you see this man walk down that hallway with confidence and leadership? Why is people talking shit, dude? Carson Wentz, dude.
Stud, second
but
coming.
hey, fellas, it's gonna be a long season. We've got 16 more weeks ahead of us, plus a few playoff rounds. So we're super duper excited. But this is week 1 of the picks. We're still not sponsored, but when we will, we'll throw some up there. But we'll have the board up at the end, and we'll make this board prettier because now we can use computer graphics, and we'll get the ball rolling from here. If you want to sponsor us, leave a comment. So. All right, fellas, signing off.
FanDuel.